We're with David Black. David is a criminal defense attorney in Phoenix, Arizona. He's agreed to answer some questions related to assault. With that said, David, let's get into our first question that was posted. Can an assault on an officer charge be dismissed if it's my own word versus his word?
Ryan, that's an interesting question. So the short answer is anything can be dismissed. But I think more to the point that that caller is asking, do I have a case if it's my word against an officer's word? And the answer is increasingly yes. Over the last year, we've seen a whole substantial change in the public's perception of police officers, which is that no, they're not all bad, like defense attorneys sometimes say. They're very good ones, but they are human. There are good ones and bad ones. And I think this is getting through to juries. So it's not going to result in a dismissal because of the weight of the evidence, your word against the officer's word, but it could result in a not guilty verdict or a directed verdict when you get to trial and a jury hears the evidence and does not believe the officer. So, you know, it would help you if you had no prior felonies. It would help you if you were not under the influence. But it's never really just your word against the officer's word. We typically will find some other evidence that hopefully corroborates our story to support our client's claim, because despite the increasing suspicion of law enforcement, they still come into court. They're clad in their bulletproof vests with their guns on their holsters and the big police word on their chest, and they know what they're doing. They're making an impression of reliability, an impression of trustworthiness. Thankfully, that impression is becoming more based in reality.
Okay. Next question we had was, how much do you charge to defend an aggravated assault charge?
Again, Ryan, you know, the answer to that is it depends. Aggravated assault is aggravated for any number of reasons and can result in any number of consequences after a trial. And that's really what I'm looking for when I decide what a fee should be, in addition to how many witnesses there are and if the client has any kind of prior history that's going to make the case more challenging. An aggravated assault charge can range from as little as a few $1,000s upwards of $25,000 or $30,000 or more, because an aggravated assault charge can be, you know, getting in a fist fight when somebody is on the ground or otherwise restrained and you know, punching them and causing no injury. That can be aggravated assault. You know, shooting a law enforcement officer in the arm can also be aggravated assault. So it really depends.
Okay. Have you defended people with assault with a deadly weapon?
Ryan, I have numerous times. We do the whole plethora of different assault with deadly weapon charges. Obviously, what comes to mind is a shooting case. We also do a lot of vehicular cases where the vehicle is the deadly weapon. The assault is a reckless assault. The injury results from a car accident, and the recklessness results from an impaired driver.
Okay, and the final question we had, you kind of touched on this a little earlier, but let's go ahead and ask it because this person did. Can I get probation instead of jail time for an assault charge?
Absolutely. Now, it's actually a good question and a little bit different. What we're going to look for when determining the likelihood of probation, you know, barring a good defense, which is where our specialty comes into play. We also want to know, is this a dangerous offense, which is different than a weapon offense? Is it a dangerous offense, and does the individual have priors? Because if there are any of those two factors, it's a much higher likelihood the individual would have to serve some time than if it were non-dangerous with no priors. The reason is that there are mandatory sentencing guidelines in Arizona if there's a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, or if an individual has a prior felony conviction, prison's mandatory after trial. Now that's a trial loss. It's not what happens in plea negotiations. It doesn't account for 99% of what I do on a day-to-day basis, but it is something that we work in the shadow of.
Okay. Well, if you have any additional questions for David, all you need to do is post them to the comments section below. He's agreed to get back to you with questions or with answers. With that said, David, thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, Ryan. And if you are watching this and you have any questions about your assault case, I do not charge to discuss your matter. Feel free to call us 480-280-8028. Thank you.
Thanks, David.
Thanks, Ryan, for your help.